Welcome, and thank you for tuning in to the American Investor Show. Please click subscribe if this is your first time listening. From trader and CEO interviews to breaking news about companies you won't hear anywhere else, nobody does a better job at keeping you in the know when it comes to penny stocks. The term penny stock generally refers to a security issued by a very small company that trades at less than $5 per share. Penny stocks are extremely risky, yet they offer rates of return on investment not seen anywhere else. The host, guest, and callers are not registered financial advisors licensed by any government entity, and therefore, the following should be considered entertainment. The host, guest, and callers disclaim all liability in the event any information, commentary, analysis, opinions, advice, and/or recommendations prove to be inaccurate, incomplete, or unreliable, or result in any investment losses. Before investing in penny stocks, you should consult a professional to determine what strategy may be best for your individual needs. Now, without further ado, your host, Lasal Anungu.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy Sal on the air. Just want to make sure you guys hear me loud and clear, right? Do I sound good? All right. Shout out to everybody who's coming into the chat room. Great day, great day, great day. Right now, hold on. Why is she texting me right now, dude? 1 second, guys. All right, guys. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. This is episode 259. Penny Stocks Live, the American Investor Show, brought to you guys by the good people over at Equity Feed, equityfeed.com. Get 2 weeks free. Best scanner on the market, equityfeed.com. You said I got the Lakers color. Yes, indeed. Shout out to the guys in the chat room. Who's up in here? T-Stout, Corey, Quan, Free Ride, Joel Kraft, Trevor Proby, HM, Rob Stratton, Live Life, and Bullard. Hey, man. Vote for Kate Gucci, George M. Juan Perez, Felix. Hey, I told you guys the pullback in PRED that you got people who are ready to buy the dips. You got people who are ready to buy those dips, and they're not going to let them sit there for too long. You had a quick chance to get some of those, 317s was the low? Let me put it on a chart here. PRED. I think it was 317 was the low today. 315. Ooh, 315. Wow, yeah, that got snatched up real quick. 315s. So yeah, you didn't have too much time. You didn't have too much time. Slight pullback again. Just put the Bollinger Bands, and you'll see we're going up in a very healthy way. We're going up in a very healthy way. Expecting that this company is going to be putting out more developments soon. So we're looking forward to that. It's a very tight float, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see if you saw the price action today. Very tight float, moves very, very well. Those of you guys who are in, I mean, you're going to be in for a very, very, very great 2018 in PRED. Yes, indeed, man. But let's go overall to the overall market on the Qs. And if you leave the Bollinger Bands up, as you can see here, we're, enjoying a very, very strong run in the NASDAQ right now over the last 5 sessions right now. We pulled back for a few days of some profit taking, but at the end of December, as you can see here, we've started off January, in the NASDAQ at least, with a very, very solid several days of incredible gains, man. Incredible gains overall on the NASDAQ. Now, if we look at the Dow Industrials, same story. Same story. Let's put the Bollinger Bands back on there. Very healthy run. Same story. So the good times keep rolling for these larger venues, the NASDAQ as well as the Dow. I've been very kind of disappointed in the Russell small caps. I thought with the passage of this tax plan that we were going to see, strong buying of some of these small cap companies that have kind of been left behind over the last year. We're not seeing that. We're really not seeing that. I mean, yes, the ETF was up, but we're not seeing the kind of breakout moves that I think a lot of people expected. We're seeing big moves in other areas like oil. We're seeing them in what else? And financials. Some of the regional banks are moving it really, really well. Was that BBT? Those of you guys who live in the South, BB&T. Very big bank here in the South. SunTrust, STI. Another big bank here in the South. All right, those of them moving, pretty well. Looking for a breakout here in STI. But more, of course, the big nationals, BAC. Let me see here. BAC, Bank of America. Where are we at? Yeah, Bank of America. Multiple day runs so far in Bank of America. Pulled back a little bit today and yesterday as some aggressive profit taken from the day before, where you had like a $4 move in one day. Quite unusual for a stock like Bank of America. But overall, solid days. Overall, solid days across the board. LIBE, Liberated Energy is what you want to bring up. Boy, you left a lot of people up there, man. Who brought LIBE? Gucci. LIBE, nice day today. You just left a lot of people up there. I want to talk about another. By the way, give me a call. If you've got a great stock for us to talk about. Let me put my call in line. I think you guys already know it. 305-600-2896. Move that down a little bit. There you go. But LIBE, he left a lot of people up there. I mean, that's a nice candlestick. It's a lot of volatility, but not going in the right way. I mean, the stock opened up. As you can see, let me look at the 5-minute. Yeah, it opened up. Something got sent out. More than likely, it looks like an email. Obviously, whoever was in it the day before or got in it a couple of days before was waiting for everyone at the top, because they basically sold on your ass. And, for whatever reason, you still had buyers throughout the day to carry the stock up. But, I mean, God help you if you're the guy who bought it at 12 cents. Imagine being the guy who bought it at 12 cents. You're holding a bag that, you're down 50% practically in one day. What's going on, Bats? James Cade, what's going on? All right. We also talked last week a lot about marijuana. We basically rode marijuana up the hill, and then we guys all know Jeff Sessions came out with that BS, which was just an opportunity to get friends and family in at a discount, because we've seen since then these stocks have barreled back. A great example of that, let me see, CANN, I thought very promising. Look at that. I mean, you can literally see what happened. I mean, these stocks had to pull back to go higher. And you saw that clearly in CANN over the last 2 days. We had Jeff Sessions come out on Thursday. You had Friday dip buying, and today just confirmation that you do have people who believe in what's going on right now with this very, very promising sector. 210, you're on the air. What's up?
What's going on, Sal? This is Trevor. How you doing?
Hey, doing good. How are you?
I'm good, man. Doing well. NYSZ was the one I played. I missed the long on Friday in the morning. It actually pulled back to VWAP at 165, and I went and picked up some shares there. Mm-hmm. And I sold that this morning into the spike.
Yeah, nice move here. Now, what brought this to your attention? Obviously, that strong first. What was that? Yeah, that was Friday. Friday's move. Very, very strong move on that one. I'm trying to figure out what was the news on that. What was it?
It's my size, and they had some. I had it written down. I can't think of it off the top of my head. They had really good news, positive news.
Looks like it was Wednesday. They came
Yeah,
out and they
something
said
about-
that they were going to be at CES.
Yeah, and they're also they have some device or some technology where you can track your health on your phone and actually take care of your kind of like what Fitbit's doing, I guess. It was pretty positive. So I went in there and gave that a shot, and I was up 55% this morning when I cashed out.
Man, that's what's up, man. That's how you trade these. Now, obviously, you said you sold into the spike. I'm guessing you're out of the position now. It's on to the next.
Yeah, I'm out of the position. I sold at 260.
All right. Now, what's the next move for you? What are you watching now?
Mostly, I'm a short bias trader, and it seemed like Monday's watch list. I just had all sorts of stuff on there. BUDZ for the short, Kayla. I've been messing with CNET.
Yeah,
I'm just
CNET
kinda...
still actually has some meat on that bone. I thought CNET was a goner as well, but I was kind of surprised to see that hold up as it did today.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, and I didn't play CNET today.
Okay. Nice move, man. Appreciate the call, bro.
That's all I got. Hey, Sal, I appreciate it. You have a good one, brother.
Thank you. You as well. You as well. So, I mean, that was a nice move by him. That was a nice move by him on the my size. HM, I do remember you talking about my size. But yeah, if you guys got a solid alert, man, give me a call, man. Give me a call because the chat room people are going in and out. I mean, there's so many tickers. If you really got something that can move, give us a call and don't hesitate to do so. 646, you on the air. What's up?
Sal, it's Ken. How's it going?
Hey, Ken, what's going on, man?
You know, I've been pounding the table with that BYOC on your show. The chart looked awesome, and it broke out on heavy volume today on BYOC.
Yeah, BYOC. I mean, everybody came to the yard for that stock, man. Tell us a little bit about it, Ken. I mean, you brought it up quite a bit of time. Tell us what exactly this company is and why has it got a promising future here?
We know that Bosted Capital is behind the company, and it was basing for a couple months from October, December. It took a lot of patience, that stock, because it hit around, it got as high as close to 3, back down to 0.13 in November, and it was basing. But the one thing that the clue was if you looked at the chalk and money flow, and the money flow was very high on it during that boring period. So it just shows you something you really have to just be patient with. The story, I'm not too familiar with the story with the company, but I know they don't have any debt, and they got the financing from Bosted Capital. I think it hits 5, and then maybe some profit taking.
Yeah, I mean, this is a beautiful candlestick. I mean, look at it. This is incredible amount of volatility here. No wick, very confident buyers. I mean, they closed at the high. I mean, this is kind of one of the prettiest candlesticks you can ever get in trading. And obviously you think this is going to go higher.
I think 5 short term, then it'll probably base in the low 4s. It looks quite promising. The story there, just going back to the information on what they do, that would help. But I try not to get too much into the stories with these things, because so many times you fall in love with the story, and then your money sits there, and it can be very frustrating. So, just using the price action, you can do very well.
Absolutely. 3.4 million is shares traded is the average. 5.8 million traded in BYOC today. Clearly by the candlestick, that was just full bulls in full control of that stock. 5.8 million of this. That's quite a bit for this small company. Nice stock, man. We'll be watching it. We'll see what happens tomorrow on BYOC. Now, I know you were also a fan of Wayland Tech. Are you still looking at Wayland or no?
I am. I'm thinking news is near, and the Bitcoin, Bitcoin was weak today. A lot of the Bitcoin stocks continue to sell off, come down to their 50-day moving averages. If you look at BTCS, BTSC, DIGF, so money was all flowing into the pod sector today. So going back to WYL, look at the volume. It was extremely light. How many trades were done today? So I think it's a big short in the stock, and I think they're digging a hole for themselves, and I'm staying put with my position.
Yeah. All right, appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I think there's rumors of some buying coming in, foreign buying, so we'll see.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on it. Thank you so much, Ken.
Okay, the other one, the Pred. There's some people commenting a little worried that it came down, but if you look at the volume was cut in half from Friday. It came down to $3.15 earlier in the day on the PRED and closed stronger at $3.43. I think there's some really good news very near on that, and we got to keep it in perspective. It was 80 cents back on December 21st, and we hit a high of 387 intraday on Friday. I think it looks great.
I look, PRED has a very bright future. I'm telling people right now, a month from now, you're gonna wish you got in at these levels. I'm telling you right now, if you're not already in, you're really just doing yourself a disfavor by waiting so long. And by the end of the week, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna wish you had those 317s, 320s today. What was it? We were at 330 for a little while. These threes, look, I don't want to keep, harping on people to get in, but I mean, I'm surprised that guys who I know don't have 5-figure accounts. They don't have even 5-figure accounts. Wouldn't drop $100 when this was 95 cents. Now we're at $3, and you're second guessing even a $50 commitment to the. I mean, this is why you don't win. This is why you don't become successful, because you're not willing to take risk, which is what this game is about. I mean, that's kind of what we're doing here. So
look at the accumulation distribution, Sal. Look at the accumulation distributions through the roof. CMF is through the roof. It didn't come down. It hasn't come down even after this 400% move. It's amazing.
Look, man. They don't know.
BYOC,
they don't know. They just don't know. They got to see it. So Ken, we're gonna prove it to them. But again, so many people who are standing on the sidelines who should be in this, they're gonna miss out. But it is what it is.
Yep. It just is. One more thing with the marijuana stocks. A friend of mine gave me a very good suggestion. He said, what you do is you look at MJX. That's the ETF on the marijuana. Look at the top 5 holdings.
Absolutely.
Trade those. Trade the top.
MJX, awesome ETF. If you got somebody who loves marijuana stocks or who just wants to be in the stock market, put them in this, because everybody knows what marijuana is and blah, blah, blah. Put them in this. This is a very promising field. You already know what the sector is, how many billions of dollars, over 100 billion that could be generated over the next 5 years within the industry. MJX, I'm telling you right now, we're not going to see these 30s ever again. I honestly believe that.
Thank you. Yep. Good stuff.
Appreciate it, Ken.
Enjoy the show, Sal. Keep up the great work.
Thank you so much. Look, these 30s, I mean, we're at the beginning of an industry that's going to be here for a long time, guys. I mean, for a long time. It's not even been fully legalized yet when we talk about marijuana. So we are getting, this is what you're seeing every day happening in tickers like MJX is just the start. This is the start. It's like going back and pulling up the Qs 3 or 4 years ago or 5 years ago when you were at sub 100 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You pull up some of these Qs. Imagine going back and buying, the Qs back at 95 or 85 or some bullshit like that last year. That's what we're looking at when you look at MJX. This is going to be the ETF of the sector. That's going to be the one. That's going to be the one. So if you, for whatever reason, can't find a company to go all in for, or you don't understand the story, or you just don't want single stock risk, put them in MJX. With that being said, WEYL, Wayland Corp, You know, I just got to harp on the fact that this company, I talked about it a little bit on Saturday, you know, created in 2014. And what I love about it, and I'm so interested in it, you guys who are familiar with the Alien trilogy, or it's actually a couple more, so it's more than a trilogy now. I think they got, what, 6 or 7 movies? If you guys remember, what was the name of the company that sent these guys into space? Who created the robot in Prometheus? It was Weyland, Peter Weyland. You remember him? The company was successful in the movie because it was the first company to get to 0 to 100 billion in 5 years. That was kind of the storyline. So Weyland Tech is literally the name they took after the movie. You know, there's this company in the movie. Obviously, different levels of technology. This is a company that has a SMB side, kind of create an app platform which allows small businesses to create affordable and efficient, like, mobile applications. Their business primarily is in Asia, but they do have exposure to the Middle East. Their software is available in like 14 languages. Very, very promising company. As Ken was saying, there's an incredible amount of expected buying to be coming out of Asia in Weyland, because they've got a product, or they've signed a deal with a Chinese company to help enable users who own cryptocurrency in order to do business, you know, out of their wallets. The technology, for the most part, is already available here in the United States, but not in Asia yet. So if you've got a wallet full of Bitcoin, full of, you know, whatever, Litecoin, all these, it's very hard for you to use that in many of these small businesses in Asia. And they are rolling out that product. So put that on your watch list, WEYL, incredible opportunity. Incredible opportunity. All right, so let's keep it moving on it. What's going on, Bad Scientists? See you in there. Let me look at your tickers here in the chat room. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Said you love the weed salad. Gotta love weed. You gotta love. What's going on in the Federalist? You gotta love weed, man. You know it's gonna, you know it's gonna be a 10x move. You know it's gonna be a 10x move, man. AMFE up 13%. Industrial machinery and equipment play. There's the chart for you. Decent volume, up 13% today. I'm not seeing some news back on January 3rd, but nice move for the guys who in it. I know this is a stock I've seen people brought up in it. Yeah, it does look good here. Does look good here. Solid volume. You know, 15 cents a share stock. Solid volume. Nice move on that. CCCR, China Credit, China Commercial Credit to be exact. Up 24 cents, 14% gained. This stock kind of missed that all Chinese run a couple days ago. This one kind of missed it. There were some other plays that moved a lot more aggressively. CCCR is a favorite of the market, though. You do get a lot of guys who like to trade this one. This is showing a lot of volatility, or has some great news for that stock. Oh, BUDZ has been a monster. I see somebody brought up BUDZ in the chat room. That's been a monster play on BUDZ. I mean, we've talked about the share structure in this company. I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, this is perfect. You know, to go from 7, right? The floor was at 7 a couple days ago on Friday. You know, 7 to now you're at $12 a share. I mean, to get that kind of return on your investment in 2 days, 7 to 12. Good God! I mean, the float has got to be. We got to be talking about less than 2.5 million shares out here, because I don't see how you move that aggressively on less than 1.5 million shares if the float isn't, you know, smaller than 5, at least smaller than 5. So incredible move on BUDZ. Monster play, man. Monster play. Yeah, POTN too, Ken. Absolutely. POTN is another one. POTN pulled back last Thursday, and look where that is now. Pulled all the way back to 12. Now you're at 23, almost 100%. 100% in 2 days. 100% in 2 days. I'll give 1 day, honestly, because it was the very next day after you bought it for 12 cents, which was Friday. You know?
Supreme victory.
Yeah, that's what that is on POTN. Monster plays, man. USEI. Yeah, USEI was a go today. Today was the day to get into USEI in the morning. I was expecting USEI to cover all, to cover everything under 002. But I mean 0015. I was expecting a little bit more than that. So we'll see what USEI does. I'm a little surprised because I'm trying to figure out what is the market trying to look for. Do they not feel that they have enough exposure or into the sector? What exactly the hesitation is coming from traders in regards to USEI. So we'll see maybe what the company needs to kind of come out and do and show us a little bit more exactly what they're doing. I know they put out a lot of pictures and news out on the Twitter platform, but come out with some news releases. Obviously the dividend was great news. People sold into that news, but you got to give us a little bit more information on what exactly is being done out here. Yeah. USRM, a stock that I completely forgot about. They kind of, made people feel a kind of certain, almost as if people couldn't trust the company anymore. If you remember, back in November, they were telling people, hey, we've got an FDA thing coming out. We're waiting for an approval. And come to find out, again, check and verify that they had to pull that application. They had to pull that application, if I'm correct. You're going to have to go back into the news, but that was the cause of the run-up back in November, and a lot of us were excited about it, right? I mean, the stock had went from 2 to 5, but here we are now with the stock selling off, and then now with today's move, 24% gained on USRM today. US stem cell is the ticker. What's going on, Sinclair? Yeah, solid, nice candlestick on USEI. All right, so we got to find confirmation on that because we didn't see the moves we saw in many other cannabis plays. One of my favorites, I put this on my website, Advanced Equity Research, Kush Bottles, called it a buy. And, when you have a real business, with the real potential to be something really great, investors will take notice and they'll buy your stock, and KSHB is clearly one of those companies. We saw what happened on Thursday, and Smart Money came in and took positions. Look at those threes. Those were snatched up quickly. You had obviously the selling wasn't over. The very next day you had continued selling, and they just bought more. And with today's candlestick, the bulls fully in control today. Per that candlestick. The sellers are gone, and KSHB, now looking to break out higher, to levels the stock has never seen before. And if you're intelligent, you gained over $1.67 over the last 3 days. $1.67 a share over the last 3 days. Do I have a cap on what you will invest in an OTC stock? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Do I have a cap? Is there a certain amount? No, it all depends on the opportunity, and it's all risk reward. It's all risk reward. Let's keep it going. TNDM. TNDM. Whoa, what's going on here? Up 23%. TNDM. Bearish for the most part stock. You know, we pulled the chart back. Hasn't had the prettiest 2017, as you can see. Horrible 2017 out, you know, for this stock. It's definitely seen some better days. Obviously, some news came out today. Buyers like the news. Something about a diabetes drug. Insulin pump, to be exact. And buyers like the news. Up 23%. Obviously, you got to be, you know, in this to really make the... Wow. I'm trying to figure out, could you have... All right, something came out January 3rd. But obviously, who could have saw that coming? But again, nice move there on TNDM, up 23%. Incredible volume. Incredible volume. You got guys coming in on this volume. But what's going to keep it going? I mean, I don't know how strong that news is. Do your research on it. What's going on, P-Bank? INTV. Someone's a believer in INTV. John Rambo, you're a big believer? TFRM via Ethereum set up to be the next INTV. Okay, you're talking about another stock. All right, yeah, I'm looking at INTV, and it actually does look like, you know, a possible buy here. Obviously, you've probably got some shorts in this right now, and, you know, you could use somebody who's willing to hit the ask for 100,000 and scare the shit out of some people here. That's the flow. That's the whole that's the whole damn volume for the day in that stock. NIHD. Let's keep it going. And John, I want to pull up your ticker that you brought up the other way. NIHD, nice move, man. 43% gain. We brought it up on Thursday.
Monster kill.
What were you guys seeing in that? I don't even know what this company does, NIHD, but I do remember us pulling up the chart. Nice move, man. I'm looking at, you know, previous days action, and we got dojis, we got some spinning tops, you know, a bearish Marubozu, whatever you want to call it. Anything but, you know, bullish sentiment. Anything but bullish sentiment. But buying showed up today on some kind of action. NIIH Holdings announces completion of loan amendments and release of performance bonds. That came out today, this morning. All right. And volume showed up with that as well. TFVR, John Rambo, down to almost 3%. 7 million shares traded. Timefire VR. I'm a big believer in VR. I still think, kind of like what Gary Vaynerchuk talks about, we're very, very early into the technology. We're very, very early into the technology, but I'm a big believer in it, though. I'm a big believer in virtual reality, and I honestly think that's probably how many of us will end up living our lives in the future. There was a movie kind of on that, but I want to say, what was the name of that movie? And it stars one of the action movies that was like big. He was pretty big in the late 90s, early 90s, kind of that. And it's all about people who live their lives in VR or some crap like that. TFVR, promising business. I think we're still a little early on that. Obviously, nice move from the fours. I mean, the stock is up 700% from, what is that, January 3rd? Obviously, very little volume here, if any. We're trading. You're going to have to go on the historical data on Yahoo Finance. But obviously, the last 3 days is where all the trading has happened. Companies put out quite a bit of news, as I can see here. recently. Timefire VR shifts primary corporate focus towards strategic investments in blockchain. Oh, wow. Okay, so they're a blockchain stock now. They're a blockchain stock now. Obviously, that would bring in the volume. Speaking of blockchain stocks, we all saw what BTCS said today on, their corporate update. I mean, this was pretty devastating for the stock. This was pretty devastating for BTCS. They basically came out and said they're not a cryptocurrency stock anymore. I mean, they're not a crypto play. They're basically not a crypto play anymore. Obviously, they've got some coins that they've probably mined and stuff like that, but the deal with the company in Australia, that was the big catalyst. That was the thing I wrote about on my website and saying, hey, this BTCS might actually end up being the real deal one day with this acquisition with the company out of Australia. Well, with the announcement today, they came out and said, hey, the company's not giving us their financials, blah, blah, blah. Honestly, I think it was a ruse to begin with. I don't think they ever wanted to buy that company in Australia. I don't think they ever planned to buy that company in Australia. And time will tell. And I would not be surprised to see a federal investigation on BTCS in the future. 919, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, Sal, Bat Scientist here. How you doing?
Doing good. How are you, Bats?
Yeah, not too bad. So I'm looking at 3 OTC stocks right now. The first one being Cuban. That's QBAN.
Oh, this is is this the Cuba Telecom? Yeah, Telecom.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So that had a pretty good day. I'm also looking at CCTL.
Okay. And Bats, is there a story behind this, or you're purely looking at what the chart did today?
Yeah, just technicals. I mean, when I look at the OTC charts, I'm looking for the highest volume gainers. So, for instance, ERBB was the highest volume gainer on Friday. So, I put that on my watch list. Today, in terms of volume gainers, it's Cuban actually reigned supreme with 620 million shares traded today.
Yeah, that was very unusual for a stock like that, too. I mean, it had been pretty much not doing anything, and all of a sudden all this volume shows up. I wonder why.
Yeah, me too. I haven't looked at the news, but I'm just looking at the technicals. So then there's CCTL. That's another one that performed well with 170 million trades today. Mm-hmm. I don't know what CCTL does. Do you know from memory what
they were supposed to be a cryptocurrency stock as well. They were supposed to be one of those kind of companies that had a Bitcoin mining operation. How extensive, I don't know. But they, didn't really get off the ground until December, when it finally kind of got out of those triples zero levels, which, by the way, was a huge infusion of profit for anybody who was bold enough to hold these in the triple zeros, by the way. But yeah, CCTL was a cryptocurrency play, and now until recently, I'm seeing news here where they're actually no, this is back in June. So yeah, I guess that's basically what they do. That's basically what they do.
Yeah, this one has a lot of upside, I'm seeing. I mean, we're looking at, today was up, and looking to the upside, I mean, I think we could see it going as high as, let me see, what is that? Is that 19? At least to where those upper shadows start, so at least to the 0015s, even as high as the 0019s. And then the last one, so this one, I've always seen it coming up. It's kind of like a USRM or one of these ones that not so popular, but then when it runs, it runs. It's Andi, ANDI, and I'm not sure what they do either.
ANDI. Okay, yeah, this is one Wow, this is an old one. I mean, those of you guys who've been trading OTC stocks for a long time, you would be very familiar with ANDI. This is a very old company, been around for a long time, kind of goes in and out, but yes, it's been around for quite a bit. You can go back and find history back in 2012, 2015, 2020. I mean, you can go way back and find history of ANDI. But recently, yeah, it's been on the move. What caused the move today?
Yeah, I don't know. But nice bull flag breakout there. It's really nice.
Yeah, three-figure gain today in ANDI. Incredible move. I'll give them the flawless. That's a nice move for that.
Flawless victory.
That's a beautiful move on that one. And by the way, Bats, how's that? Is that going well for you? The bullish, what was it called again? Bullish belt hold?
Bullish belt hold. Yeah, it's working out quite nicely. Didn't find anything today on that, but that was a nice lead into my next stock that I'm in with 30,000 shares at 38 cents. I'm just looking for the dead cat bounce on this is, the worst performing biotech stock of this year so far, OHRP.
Mm-hmm.
I think that one dropped 75 to 80%, if I'm not mistaken.
Jeez.
So, yeah, that in total annihilation on that one. And I'm looking for real short-term gains on that because it's, in terms of a biotech company, I don't think it's really strong. I mean, the balance sheet is pretty solid. I think they have, 12 to 15 million in total cash with zero debt.
Yeah.
But I think this study that failed, that was their primary drug candidate, and they might have at the most one or two others that they have secondary type of drugs in their pipeline. So that was a colossal failure on OHRP, but I'm looking for the transient or intermittent short-term dead cat bounce on that.
Yeah.
I noticed today that it went up from 38 cents to 48, so based on my, 30,000 shares that I have, if I can make at least a 10-cent gain, that will be $3,000 I can make off of that trade very easily. But going back to what you were saying with the bullish belt hold, yeah, it's a tough signal to find. I haven't seen too many of them, and the ones I've seen, either the volume is sparse, not much liquidity on that, or it's too high up in terms of RSI. But I'm still on the lookout for that, and yep, today's a short call. Just wanted to, talk about those three OTCs, and then with OHRP, when you get something that gaps down or falls 70-80%, if it's a well-known stock, I mean, you can imagine like if Nvidia.
Hell yeah! I mean, if we saw Nvidia do this, I mean, you throw your whole damn account at it, right? I mean, they still
exactly.
If they did something like this, they still got book value, to deal with.
Yeah,
There's profit there,
but for something like OHRP, it's really short term. So I'm really hoping to just swing trade this over the next 1 or 2 days and, make my little bit of money on that.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I'll be on the lookout for the bullish belt hold.
There it is, man.
Thank you, Sal.
Appreciate it, Bats. Thank you so much for the call, bro.
All
right. Shout out Bad Scientist for the call, man. I mean, this is horrible, man. This is just horrible. And, when I see these things, obviously, as someone looking for an opportunity, you're saying, okay, wow, this can just come out of those lower RSIs. But I feel bad for the guy who was in it at 180, at 205 or whatever that is. I mean, I feel bad for that guy. You know what I mean? He had maybe a 5,000, 10,000 share position. He believed in the company and what they were producing. And all of a sudden this shit happens, But, that's life. Shit. It is what it is, man, and I just gotta give them that. All right, so let's keep it going, man. Let's keep it going. Somebody wanted NSPR next. NSPR, Inspire Med. Inspire Med. Dirt cheap stock. This is my Robinhood guys. I know they love these kind of plays. You know, the 15, 14 cents, 9 cent stocks that are barely holding on for dear life on the NASDAQ. But this stock did very well. This stock did very well. I'll give them a ka-ching on this one, up 52% today. Incredible volume. 68 million shares traded in NSPR. Again, every little guy had his could have had his hat in this. In fact, let me look at what the 5-minute chart, how that played out today. Wow, look at that. Look at that. NSPR. And just so funny how it started out. Like, look at that. I mean, the market opened up and really didn't do anything. The market opened up and really didn't do anything. The action started at about 11 o'clock. Wouldn't you have loved to go back in time? I mean, somebody had to, think, oh, well, 9:30 it opens up and then they take a position, and not even knowing what was possibly headed in their direction. NSPR, 52% gain for NSPR. Congrats to you if you were in. Yeah, it looks very nice. Looks very nice. That's the candlestick you like. Now let's see some confirmation tomorrow as that continues to go higher. I'd probably put the ceiling at just that 34 cents where that selling started off at. If it's got buyers, right? And we're gonna find out tomorrow if you got buyers in the morning willing to, buy those 20-cent shares. Willing to buy those 20-cent shares. You'll see. We will see. What's going on, Ja Warrior? Not a big fan of OTTV. Incredible product. I've said that over and over again. Incredible product, OTTV. 400 channels. What is it, like $34.99 a month? 400 channels, $34.99 a month. Incredible product. They got an Android box now. They're going into a lot of these small little retail businesses, but there's just too much paper out there. It's too much paper. Float is ridiculously high. They just need to get their financial situation out of control. They're just raising money all the wrong ways. They're raising money all the wrong ways when we talk about OTTV. They should be insanely higher than where they are right now. And they can't do it because it's too diluted. You got too many people out there with money looking to trade, those shares in the cash. ATMN on the chart, 3% gain today. Gucci said up OGRMF. Yeah, that's a OTC marijuana stock. That's a marijuana stock. I wouldn't be surprised. It's not Canopy Growth, but it's another good one. It's not Canopy Growth, but it's another one. It's another good one. We already looked at my size. Let me look at your MNGA, MagnaGas. MagnaGas is another one. It's got a lot of volatility. They paid for promotions in the past, either them or a third party. The company never says they do it. It's always some third party on behalf of the company, or sometimes with the company's knowledge. But obviously things are going in the wrong direction when we look at MNGA. By the way, this is the company I always, bring it up when we pull up the ticker because this is just a sad fucking story. This is the company where the guy fell into the incinerator and he literally was vaporized. He was literally vaporized. You can pull that up, man. Somebody died on their in their workplace. It's a sad damn story. PURO. PURO. Looks like we got some profit taking there. PURO got some profit taking there. I'm seeing some news back there on the third. PURO. Looks like we got some profit taking there. Obviously, guys are buying the dips on it. But it looks like you still got a seller in there. So be aware of what's going on in PURO. MGTI is another one I want to take a look at. This is another one of those crypto stocks that, you know, for a while was just dumping on guys. Obviously, things kind of turned around with the advancement of Bitcoin as that had went higher and approached 20K. Obviously, Bitcoin is a long way from there now, and that MGTI has followed the same. So now at $4.50, MGTI traders have you know, a decision to make. Do you stick around, you know, and continue to stay long a company that is, you know, overly exposed to Bitcoin and primarily Bitcoin? They're not really mining anything else per the last released 10K. So there's a decision that's got to be made as now even crypto traders, you know, they're getting a little bit more sophisticated and looking at alternative cryptocurrencies. They're looking at other plays right now. All right. AMMJ. By the way, Ripple is going to 10 this year. I have no doubt about that. Ripple is probably going to 10 this year. We find out that who had a 2% stake in Ripple? I think there was a company that came out today that found out they had a 2% to 4% stake in Ripple. You know, AMMJ, American Cannabis, up 7.5%. That's another one that's working its way higher from those lows. Look at that. The stock came all the way back down to 90 cents. Now you're at $1.29. Nice trade on AMMJ. Yes, indeed. American Cannabis. Nice move. Appreciate you, Kenny Dutton. I'm telling you guys are going to love Pred this week. You're going to love Pred this week. You heard it here first. SIFY. SIFY. What is that? SIFI Technologies. Don't know too much about this stock. Again, if you got some information, let us know. 305-600-2896 is the phone number. But other than that, don't know anything about SIFY. Do see it was one of the biggest gainers in the stock today. All right, unusual volume for the stock. The stock's never seen this kind of volume before. 3.8 million shares traded. Average is only 500,000. Average is only 500,000. So very unusual volume for this stock. You left a lot of people up there at the 320s though. 315 was the high actually, before pulling back, closing at 281. Yeah. TXTM. We pulled up Puro already. TXTM. Let's look at that. Protex Mobility. Protex Mobility up 11%. This company, you know, a lot of volume, right? I mean, for the price, right? I mean, it's got decent volume for the price. I don't know what the float is, but it's got to be pretty large. You know, moved out of the triples. You had some profit taken. Why? Because it's been in the triples for a long time. It's been in the triples for quite a long time. You had a lot of holders. And sure enough, it got to a 0018. You had guys who were up, you know, 200, 300%. They're going to take profits. And now you're struggling to kind of, you know, maintain out of that triple area. So 000 area. So I don't know. TXTM, you know, if you get dip buyers, they got to be willing to hold out of these lows, you know, so you can finally become a 00 stock that stays above 00 and keeps going higher. That's the big thing about trading 000 stocks, is that, you know, a 300% move and guys want profit. KEM, Chemetcore, electrical components and equipment manufacturer. $16 stock. Don't know too much about this one. Looks like you've got a gap to fill here. It's doing its best to kind of break out of these 17s, which looks like it's been a resistance in the past for the stock. A slight pullback today, down 1.75%. Speaking of pullbacks and dip buy opportunities, did you guys see what happened to GoPro today? I mean, did you see what happened to GoPro today? I mean, you want to talk about a stock that came out, announced that, you know, they're cutting jobs, CEO slashing his pay to $1, right? I mean, just all the worst news you can, you know, you'd want to hear of a company you thought possibly would be turning around, I mean, this is the time of year that you're waiting for GoPro to announce how well they did for Christmas. Instead, the stock sells off, loses almost $2. It actually did lose over $2, $2.40 to be exact, in the first 10 minutes of the trading day. And in hindsight, those lows ended up becoming a great opportunity for someone to buy that oversold GoPro. Got to as low as, 2.8? As low as 2 on the RSI. You're on the 5-minute chart, you know. And wow, what an opportunity. What an opportunity. I did not take advantage of it, but as you can see, you know, from those 504 lows, you ended up closing $1.52 higher. $1.52 a share higher from those GoPro lows. By the way, they came out in the middle of the day and said that they hired JP Morgan to find a seller for them. So that was good news for GoPro. Said they're dropping drones. I was very disappointed because I felt like GoPro was a company that a couple of years ago, when the whole shooting and everything that was going on with police shootings, they could have came out and bought one of these companies out here that sells police cameras. And I think they could have went in that direction, or not necessarily went in that, but at least added that to their business. And I think it was a very much a missed opportunity for them. You know, that the police camera business. I don't know if they even have exposure to that at all, but I think they should be in that business when we're talking about, you know, getting access to government money and a reliable income stream. I think that you know, could have been a shoo-in for them. CHFS, Advanced Medical Equipment, 17.9% gain. On what? No news. I don't see any news or anything like that, but nice move for the stock. Let me zoom in. Up 17. Let's just give it to them. 18%. 18%. Over 3 million shares traded on CHFS. But again, no news out on the stock on CHFS. I think it's a Chinese play too as well. Is it a Chinese? I think it might be a Chinese. Oh, actually, no. It looks like I'm getting Eden Prairie, Minnesota. So I guess it is a U.S.-based company. BBPPQ. BBPPQ. Oh, Brightburn. Okay, Brightburn was a former New York Stock Exchange company. You know, we've tried the Qs here in the past. Fell in love with it, fell out of in love with it after getting burned. But man, congratulations to the guys who were bold enough to even take a position in the Q stock. Guys do like to trade these because they're incredibly volatile. But nice move. I mean, from 20 cents to $1.42 in the span of 3 trading days. I got to give it to you. That's incredible amount of profit. That's incredible amount of profit.
Monster kill.
With a 153% gain in BP or BBPPQ. That's a 5-word ticker, 5-letter ticker. Yes, indeed. Yeah, NVIDIA. Look, NVIDIA, as I've said here multiple times, just go buy the 250 calls. Just go buy the 250 calls for 4 or 5 months from now, or December or some shit like that. However far out you can go. You know it's going there. You know it's going there. It's not even one of those things you got to really kind of question. Right? I mean, looking at the these 212s, you know, now when you go back and you look at, you know, December's action, that's probably what you should have been buying, those 215, 218 calls, and just basically sitting on your ass. And you got to be sitting very pretty right now in NVIDIA, you know, if you did the common sense thing and bought those 200 calls here at the 180s and 190s. You know, you're looking like a fucking genius right now. And I have no doubt your profits say so as well. I have no doubt your profits say so as well. Do still have my puts, my $23 puts on Macy's. Well, I don't know. We'll see today. I thought the stock was headed there, and then it pulled back on me. So we'll see whether or not Macy's is eventually going to give up or not. But is another company that's fighting for its life and actually doing a pretty good job. I thought it'd be worse off. I think we got to get through another earnings cycle for people to really see what the real deal is here. Same thing with Foot Locker. Other large caps we're going to breeze through real quick. Foot Locker, one of our most hated stocks over here, at least for me anywhere. Roku. See, Roku sold off. And then, you know, go figure, dip buyers show up on Roku. And they know exactly when to drop news to scare the shit out of the shorts. If there are any shorts to be able to. But again, another disappointing day for Roku dip buyers. You got a big problem with taking profits too quick? Well, I mean, you can't see the future. You know, you don't know that it was going to keep making money. If it hits your level, it hits your level. Now, if you're one of those guys who's just following, you know, pulling up the chart every 5 minutes, then yeah, you're probably going to sell too quickly or you know, take profits too quickly. If you know you're right, set it and forget it. If you know it's going in the right direction, there's nothing wrong with taking a little bit off the table, but if, you know, leave some. How about that? Get into the habit of you know, leaving 10% on the table. Even if it's not, you know, a big difference for you, or it's not nothing that's going to really change your account, but, you know, just getting into the habit of, you know, having some exposure out there to see what would happen. You bought my size at 120. Yeah, we pulled up my size. We had a guy call up, made a killing on my size, MYZSZ, and walked us through it. Yeah, OPMZ. OPMZ, you can look through my ticker. I told you guys this is a marijuana stock that nobody had been buying. It's pretty quiet. You can look at my Twitter right now. OPMZ, I said, look, this is a marijuana stock. Nobody's doing anything about it. It's a sleeper. It's a sleeper. OTC current. You know, OTC current. So I'm in it long. That's why I brought it up on the show Thursday. And I think I tweeted about it Thursday as well. But I'm going to have to go back and review. But OPMZ, 0001, not too long ago. And up nicely in OPMZ. But looking, you know, myself to probably see if we can get into the doubles in the future in OPMZ. What are some stocks you should look out for? Just getting started. PRED. PRED. Marijuana plays. You know, SRNA is another one. SRNA, looking for the breakout. You're going to get the breakout on SRNA. I'm predicting SRNA this time next month. You're talking about a 45, 50 cent stock, possibly. SRNA. SRNA. As long as we don't, you know, as we continue to get what's going on right now. By the way, New Jersey, did I bring this up? State of New Jersey, governor is being inaugurated on the 16th or the 17th. This new governor-elect says he's going to legalize marijuana in the state within the first 100 days of his administration. First 100 days of his administration. I looked up all the marijuana stocks based in New Jersey. There are only, I believe, 3 of them. All 3 of them are basically out of commission, meaning that they're still trading, but the companies haven't put out any news, and I don't even know if they're active. I've sent emails. I haven't gotten a response back. And I honestly don't want to take a position because I'm not even sure how that's going to work out. Being that many of them are late, all 3 of them are late on filings, and it's just a whole. It's just real horrible. I mean. Oh yeah, you're on Robinhood. Yeah, you need a full broker. You need a full service broker. I mean, you're looking for a Robinhood play. I don't know. Somebody in the ticker, give them a long on Robinhood. Give them a long on Robinhood. Something that'll show up on the NASDAQ or the NYSE. You know, besides some of these large caps, which are, you know, easy money, and some of these ETFs, you know, small caps on those exchanges. OHRP, yeah, OHRP. OHRP makes sense. OHRP. Obviously, we saw how that chart looks, right? Stocks, you know, sold off aggressively. Could be a nice mover when we talk from 39. I'd probably be looking to get out at 44, 46, right? I mean, the first nickel you get in something like that, I'm out of there, man, because you've got to expect that there are guys who are in heavy at, you know, those lows, 34, 35 cents. OTC 3000 is my Twitter. OTC 3000. Oh, I forgot about CHK. I forgot completely about CHK. Chesapeake Energy. Chesapeake Energy. Here's the thing about Chesapeake Energy. It's got some crude exposure, but mostly natural gas. It's a natural gas play. That's why it really hasn't moved as aggressively as, for example, a WTI, right? If you look at a WTI, at one time, Chesapeake and WTI were basically, you know, what you had to kind of compare each other to in terms of like, okay, you want natural gas, I want crude. You know, WTI is pure crude play, and it's been a beneficiary of more expensive crude, as you can see here from the chart from the middle of December. And as long as crude prices continue to stay high, WTI will continue to be a beneficiary. All right. USO looking good. Where are we at right now on crude? 62.23 on crude. That's beautiful. That's good news. That's very, very good news. Let me pull up. Where's my equity feed at? Let me pull up equity feed because we got to find out. Is anybody else watching any of the other movers in terms of the small cap drillers? Obviously, you know, WTI is one of them, but are there any other ones that are moving quite aggressively? Or maybe one that's kind of missed out on the run, and guys will come back to find value, right? When these plays start getting overbought, which is where they're headed to, the market will look for those small oil and gas companies that have kind of been left out of the loop. Off the top of my head, I know I remember HUSA, although HUSA, I think they're down for good. HUSA is one of those companies that was never, still today, I don't think has struck oil. Still today, I don't think it's struck oil. DBO. DBO is your oil ETF. Yeah, DBO is a nice one. Nice move on DBO. Forgot about that one. I'm so into USO and UCO. Completely forgot about DBO. I haven't heard DBO in a long time. Wow. Tweezer bottom on CHK. Okay, I see that. On CHK. CVO move today. Who brought that up? Artie Buckley. What's going on, Artie? Yeah, unfortunately not in the right direction. Everybody knows CVO and the story behind that. If you don't remember, this is the company that won the $60 million for the census, and it still sold off on them. What a piece of shit. Do I have a one-on-one mentor program? I don't. I don't have a one-on-one mentor program. I do not have a one-on-one mentor program. It's so funny you bring that up because I'm in a conversation with somebody who is interested in offering people who watch my show the opportunity to buy corporate, now I don't want to say the word debt, but warrants, basically. So companies that are trading on the over-the-counter exchange, we got stocks trading for 50 cents, a buck, $3, $4, looking to raise cash, looking to sell, packages, 10,000 shares for $6,700. So it's technically like, it'd be like, a dollar, going for $1 a share, but you can buy in at like 15 cents a share, and then it's a 6 months hold time. So I'm getting all that straightened out. I'm learning the its and bits about that before I come out and offer that to you guys, because I know that's where big money is made, right? Buying shares at a huge discount, dealing with the whole time, and then being able to dump those shares in the market at full price. I know that's where million dollar fortunes are made, but I got to understand how that all works out. BTFL up 80%. Monarch American. Don't know anything about it. Give us a call. Educate us as always. 305-600-2896. 000 stock that just moved out. Well, actually tried to. Still in the triples, but you're higher now. 0009. 0009. Monarch American. BTFL. FJ Chris, congrats. All right. Fastest and best way to learn about stocks and investing, commit to learning. Simple as that. Commit to learning, watch videos, and commit to learning. Paper trade, watch my show, get the lingo, get into some chat rooms, just be around the space. AXON, somebody's calling it a dip buy opportunity. The stock sold off on itself. AXON lost 57% of its value today. It looks like some kind of Alzheimer's drug failure. So yeah, AXON is a goner. Down 57%. 57% AXON. I mean, it's at 231. You know, you're coming from the fives. I still think you'd have some sellers in there though, so I wouldn't jump in now. And per the candlestick, as you can see here, per the candlestick, you know, buyers agree because nobody wanted this. Nobody wanted this, as there was, you know, full entrenched selling on AXON today. So I figure, just looking at this candlestick, I can almost assure you there's more selling to go in AXON. Bat Scientist, he's saying, what's the next spread? It's coming. It's coming, but right now we're enjoying pred right now. We're enjoying pred right now, but we've got more great tickers to go. More great tickers. It's going to be an awesome year, guys. I'm telling you right now. We're hitting it out the park every single time. Just bah, bah, bah. But right now, PRED is giving us everything we need, man. Everything we need. And you're going to see a month from now, 2 months from now, 3 months from now. Oh, my God. CRWG up 100% today. 100%. Is that 100%? Yeah, up 100%. Yeah. Opened up at 2 cents a share, or 0.0239, before getting to as high as 0.0489. Settling exactly at 99% gains. At 99% gains on CRWD, Crowd Gather. Crowd Gather. F has security eligible for DRIP. What are they talking about? Well, I mean, DRIP investing is, I don't know. I mean, that's that direct reinvestment plans and all that. I mean, that's such an old school thing. With the whole idea of DRIP investing, I mean, yeah, we can spend all day talking about that. But if I'm correct, that's kind of when they like hit your bank account or something like that for a certain amount every single month or paycheck. If I'm correct, you might want to Google that. But last I checked, a DRIP is what I think that is. It's what I think that is. How do I feel about trading through Robinhood? I think Robinhood's a great platform, but you miss a lot of opportunities on the OTC. But, you know, if you're someone who, you know, doesn't have a lot of time and you're kind of part-timing this, I think Robinhood is an excellent platform. You know, Robinhood is an excellent platform if you're not a serious trader. You know, if you're serious, you can't just use Robinhood. Because there's so many missed opportunities you're not seeing when you're on that little phone, when you're on your phone, and you know you're missing the research, you know, indicators, and a lot of other things. But if you're someone who's just looking to set money on the side by just reinvesting in particular tickers you love, you know, I have a guy right now who's all he does is buy PayPal. You know, every paycheck or 2 paychecks, he's going, you know, $250 at a time in PayPal. That's all. He just loves the business, and you know, rightfully so, because it's a great company, and it's going to be worth a lot more in the future. And he's doing himself a good favor by buying, you know, these sub 100 shares, because PayPal will one day be a $100 a share company. But yeah, it's for guys who are playing the long haul, you know what I mean? But if you're trying to get out of the rat race, if you're trying to be one of these guys who's trying to quit their job in the next 24 to 36 months, you want to be a full-time trader from home, you know, Robinhood is not the way to get there. All right, let's keep it going. What else you guys want to? Of course, again, call in 305-600-2896 if you got a ticker we haven't pulled up yet. Let's go through a few more before we get out of here for the night. But again, guys, the story today is that marijuana is in fact back. That's the name of the show. Weed bounces back, and we told you so. Weed bounces back, and we told you so. All of us, many of us in here who buy marijuana stocks. BTSC is a buy on the 50. BTSC. Let's see, BTSC. Bitcoin services. You said on the 50. All right, so I have it cracking the 50, just below the 50. We've got that, what I believe is a spinning top candlestick, I want to say. It's got a slightly longer shadow to the bottom, but that's a spinning top. And, I mean, we'll see what happens with it tomorrow. Obviously, you know, we're going to find out where Bitcoin is tomorrow and whether or not people, you know, are going to continue to trade well in Bitcoin. Krista Boss, you saw me on a twerk. That's a fucking lie. Okay. Anyone using E-Trade Pro with hotkeys? Used to use E-Trade Pro. Robinhood is coming out with a desktop. Yeah, that desktop platform is going to be really interesting, Michael, because I want to see what kind of indicators they're going to be providing. Even with the desktop platform, are they going to enable us to short stocks? I love the idea of options, but I mean, if they're just going to, you know, if we can't short and all you can do is go along and trade options, you know, what's really the point? That red line is the 50 moving average. This is the 50 moving average. So the stock is holding, as you can see here, the 50 moving average pretty well. And Bat Scientist says that this is a possible buying opportunity because he's using past scenarios here where the stock has come very close to it and bounced off of it. And it's you know, has been seen as a buying opportunity in hindsight. But let's see if it follows through. I'm seeing it crack here. You said I commented on it. Oh, okay. I probably commented. Yeah, if she got a fat ass booty, I probably commented on a twerk video. I thought you said I was in the video twerking. I'm like, you got the wrong person, dude. Got the wrong person. Let's look at it. SMRM. I don't have an SMRM. Oh, SMRN. Okay. Smart Tag International. Don't know anything about it. God damn, this thing has basically no goddamn volume, man. Smart Tag International. Yeah, man, I don't know anything about this. I don't know anything about this stock. MSIG. Thank you for bringing up MSIG. I guess it's not very popular with the guys here because nobody really brings it up when we talk about MSIG. And MSIG has a... What's the MSIG's like rival? Because I know they got a rival ticker. It's got like a rival ticker, which also I think has SIG in it or two or something to that effect. Oh, no, it's MSIG. No, it has a lot to do with like vapors. Yeah, VPOR. Yeah, VPOR. MSIG is the one that kind of went into the cannabis space. Again, you're going to have to do your research on the financials to verify that. I'm seeing some news here where its subsidiary, Grow Contractors Incorporated, has secured an exclusive management and construction client with a property in Florida. And yeah, this not a sister company, but one of the companies that are very familiar, similar, VPOR. VPOR have been struggling lately. As you can see here per the chart, that stock is rough. That stock's rough. SING. You say it was stalking my comments. SING. Well, I try to post a lot of places because, guys see well, what's this American Investor Show? And then they come here, and next thing you know, they're in the chat room, watching. Single Point, SING. This was supposed to be a crypto play as well. They were coming to come out with Swarm, if you remember, SWRM. Sing and Swarm were going to make an app together, and they're going to change the cryptocurrency landscape. Blah blah. You guys know how they do this thing. Well, as you can see here, it's been nothing's really come out of it. Nothing's come out of it. Nothing's come out of it. George Glazer, you hold 700,000 shares in VPOR. You're down $450. Corey Kwan, you saying that there's a blockchain play? Yeah, we've seen the blockchains run, but you got to be very careful with these blockchain plays. I mean, we just saw UBIA get that SEC halt today. You have a couple million shares in UBIA that are now locked in here. I mean, this is a stock that did a little bit over $7 to $8 million a day. And, today it started trading like a normal day, and then all of a sudden it got halted. So those traders are locked in now for God knows how long. Any news on sports betting? Not yet. Trust me, when the Supreme Court drops its announcements on sports betting, it'll be everywhere. It'll be everywhere. It'll be everywhere. And OTC markets will explode with companies that are coming back out of, basically nowhere to get into the hype around sports betting. Because it's a very easy business to start. I mean, you get a website. A couple servers, and, maybe, I don't know what these states will probably entail. You're going to probably need a bond of a couple $100 million or a couple million. And, guys are willing to put up capital, and then it is what it is. But FLL. There we go. FFL. Full House Resorts. I called Full House Resorts a buy on that dip. Full House Resorts still doing well. FLL. This was what I'm calling the stock that I'm going to sell on that news. I'm going to sell on that news when that comes out, because everybody's going to run into one of these, small cap. What is these? I would say insurance, hotel, motel, kind of consumer cyclical plays that have exposure to gambling. Everybody's going to run into one of these kind of plays. And of course, you can do it on the large cap side too with the MGMs and whatnot, the wins and all that. Hash is going to replace the blockchain. I don't agree with that. I thought Hashgraph was going to be something, but I did some more research on Hashgraph, and it's not going to replace the blockchain, man. Hashgraph is it's patented product. It's got a patent on it. It's not open source. That says a lot. That means basically everything you want to do with the technology, you got to pay the owner. You got to pay him a royalty. So fuck that shit, man. It's just kind of like the internet. Everybody knows that for example, you got the cable wire, right? And then you got what's it called? Fiber optic. Everybody knows fiber optic is faster, but fiber optic is more expensive to lay down. So fuck it. Everybody uses coax. It's the same thing that's going to be with, you know, the blockchain and Hashgraph. Yes, it's out there. Yes, there might be something going on with that, but everybody's going to use the blockchain because it's open source. Whether you're a small business, a multinational corporation, you can use the product and you don't have to give anybody a fucking percentage of your gains. Of you know what I'm saying? So I'm not a believer in this Hashgraph thing. I love the technology; it makes perfect sense. But the very fact that it's not open source, man, that does a lot of that takes, you know, that gives a lot of pause. You know, it's not something as an entrepreneur you want to build your business on. PNTV. Let's keep it going. PNTV. Oh, yeah, I'm over my time. All right, I'm going to let you guys go in just a second. PNTV. Couple more stocks and we'll get out of here. 11.6% on PNTV Players Network Broadcasting. PNTV. It's not a, what is it? What's kind of, it's not, is it a Diversified Holding Company, Marijuana and Media? PNTV owns Greenleaf Farms. Okay, so it's a marijuana play. The cultivation license enables Greenleaf Farms. Okay, so they have a Nevada state-issued medical and recreational cultivation and production license. Greenleaf Farms is to grow marijuana, and production licenses enables them to create extracts which are used for cartridges, oils, and edibles. Greenleaf Farms is operational and has started generating revenue. WeedTV.com is a wholly owned subsidiary, also developing a social network and lifestyle channel destination for the marijuana industry. All right, nice move. PNTV, the Players Network, as they describe themselves. That Las Vegas or Nevada marijuana license is only going to get more valuable. I don't know if these licenses can be sold to each other. I don't know if they can do that or not, but if they can, I foresee them to be like kind of like medallions were back in New York City, where they can become more and more valuable, as probably only a certain amount can be put out a year or so. Traded based on the cool signal. Oh, absolutely, Iceberg J. More than that. More than that. I got 10,000 shares of PRED at 95 cents, man. I'm about to pass that up, bro. I'm you know, you putting up a 50,000. We getting past that on PRED. I'm telling you that, man. Didn't you say trade based on a cool signal? Let me see here, Rob. I'm not sure. I don't remember saying anything about cool. I don't know if you're talking to me or not, Rob. Pure ran already, won't add to your 55,000. Yeah, it's kind of one of those things you got to sit back and watch. Oh, okay, Rob. Okay, I was thinking about you. Okay. Thought you were saying to me. All right, so last minute tickers. I'm going through the chat room. NHLE before we get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow, of course. You guys know, same time, same place. PRED, WEYL. Looking forward to those two doing very well for the rest of this week, as well as marijuana. My favorites, you guys already know, SRNA, Kush Bottles, companies with real exposure to the business. With real exposures to the business that are still at the ground floor of their potential. E-Pass. God, I hate this little thing that pops up when this ticker comes up. That one's selling its ass off, man. Looks like it's making new lows every day on E-Pass. So I'm not sure what's going on there. CCTR, we brought that up. BVTK. Brave Tech Solutions. Somebody always brings this stock up every day, but I mean, it's not doing anything. So I don't know what you guys continue to see in Brave Tech. Gucci, yeah, I did see a lot of volume in it, man, but it's not doing nothing. You know, it's not really doing nothing. You might want to grab some of these marijuana stocks. You know, just because a stock makes a big move, it doesn't mean it can't continue to make big moves. And it's okay if a stock's got to pull back to go higher. That's what stocks have to do. Get overextended, they pull back. If the catalyst is right, it's coming right back higher. You have an extra $200 laying around. Would it be wise to pick up some PRED in a small amount? Yes, absolutely. I've got guys who only have 150 shares of PRED at, when I released that video, that 95, 98 cents or a buck, whatever that, you know. I think we opened at 95 that day. And yeah, I got guys who are sub, you know, but now they're in a nice little thing. I mean, all they had was a couple hundred or just under 1,000. Now they're sitting on $1,000 worth of gains. They never even thought they'd actually have that kind of money. And guys who were in USEI, I you know, had a guy who was in USEI, made shitload of return. You know, so you know, that's kind of how you kind of play these things, man. And you guys got to be a little bit patient and get in early. It can be rocky, but it can also sometimes be like PRED, where you just win from the beginning. You got to win from the beginning. Oh, absolutely. Eventually, you got to take profits, but there's just so much more upside to go. So much more upside to go in that stock. OVAS. Oversides. God, how do you get these things off of here? I got to reach out to and figure out how do you get that shit off of here. Let me take a, there he goes. Let me save this. Figure out how to get this stuff off of there when that comes in. It's not too late, man. It's not too late. I mean, if we go to 6, if we go to 7, the fact that you got a 3, is that late? Does that mean, you know? It doesn't mean it's late. SSFT, early call, just announced acquisition for letter of intent for $15 million company and announced cutting edge product in development. What's that ticker? SSFT? Sonasoft? 120. Okay. Sonasoft. All right, we'll watch that. A lot of new money in that stock. A lot of new money in that stock. SSFT. I'll be watching. Do like the fact of where it is on the chart right now. You're not getting us in way too overextended, but I'll see what happens tomorrow, what the news thinks about it. I do see here that looks like there was some news that dropped back on the 4th about it, and it has moved higher. I'll keep an eye on it. Yes, indeed. Press that like button. Press that like button. Press that like button. Let me go ahead and ring the bell. A lot of tickers today. Damn, today went by fast. God. I feel like the show today went by really, really fast. Went by really fast. But let me get you guys out of here. Appreciate you for joining me as always. A lot of tickets to talk about. Again, don't hesitate to call up. I had almost 130 people in here. Again, thank you to all the people who love and enjoy my show. We're just going to continue to grow as traders, continue to watch and see our accounts grow as this is I don't call it a job, but it's a wonderful hobby that can can create some incredible experiences in your life. Pay for a great vacation, take you somewhere you've never been before, have you buy something you never thought you could afford before. And I think, honestly, I have maybe one of the most valuable YouTube channels on YouTube. There's so much bullshit on YouTube that will waste your time and have you spinning around in life and not going anywhere because you're just wasting time. And I just feel like my channel is one of those few and rare that leave you enriched with something. You know what I mean? That you can go out and actually improve your life. That's how I feel anyway. That's how I feel. So much bullshit on YouTube, though. You can an hour gone, an hour wasted, and you haven't learned anything. With that being said, Martin, appreciate you, bro. Bat Scientist, George M. Killer 971A, Kenny Dutton, Woody Wright, Ann Bullard, Otis Johnson. Thank you, sir. Ghetto Investor, the Ghetto Investor. It always cracks me up to see your name, man. Vote for Cake. Quintavious, what's up, man? Appreciate you. John Rambo, thank you. Appreciate all your tickers, John, man. I appreciate you in the chat room. Kenny Dutton, as always. Succeeder, Legendary HP Bank, Rob Stratton. Everybody was in here. Corey Kwan, everybody who called up, Ken. JT, who else was in here? Cameron, FJ, Chris. All y'all, 05 Game Face. All you guys watching who can't type in the chat room, because I know we got people who can't type. They're watching it on TV. Monk Luigi, Iceberg J, thank you so much, man. I'll see you guys same time, same place tomorrow. Happy trading. See you guys tomorrow. Take care, everyone.